I really believed I was asking for too much. That's what I kept telling myself. Every time I felt that small ache in my chest after another half-hearted reply, another canceled plan, another "I'm just busy" message that somehow lasted for weeks. I told myself, relax. Don't be needy. Don't be intense. Don't push people away. So I shrank my needs down until they barely made a sound. All I wanted felt simple to me. A check-in. A real conversation. Eye contact that didn't drift to a phone every 30 seconds. Effort that didn't feel scheduled or forced. I didn't want grand gestures. I just wanted to feel chosen on a random Tuesday. But every time I tried to say that out loud, it came back to me like I was asking for something unreasonable. He kept telling me, "You're too sensitive. You think too much. Why does everything have to be deep with you?" And the worst part? After hearing that enough times, you start saying it to yourself. You start editing your heart before it speaks. I remember sitting there once, typing a message and deleting it 3 times. It was just a simple thing I wanted to say, "Hey, I feel a little distant from you lately." That's it. Honest, calm, and real. I told myself no, delete. This is too dramatic. No, not that message that sounds accusing. No, this sounds needy. So I replaced it with "all good here." That smiley face felt like a lie when I hit send. When you're with the wrong person, you become a negotiator for your own feelings. You start bargaining internally. You said, okay, maybe I don't need reassurance every day. Okay, maybe once a week is fine. Okay, maybe I should just be grateful they reply at all. You keep lowering the bar and calling it maturity. But inside, something is starving. You feel it at night, when the noise drops, when you're not performing easygoing anymore, when you're just alone with your thoughts and the truth slips through. I don't feel cared for here. And then comes the guilt, because you don't want to be that person, the clingy one, the emotional one, the one people describe as a lot. So you try harder to be chill. You give more space. You ask for less. You praise crumbs like they're meals. See? They do care. Look, they sent a heart emoji. Meanwhile, your chest feels heavy after every interaction. There's a special kind of loneliness that only happens when you're emotionally available with someone who isn't. It's confusing because technically you're not alone, but you feel unseen, unmet, slightly embarrassed for wanting what feels natural to you. You start studying their moods like weather patterns. Is today a good day to talk? Are they distant or just tired? Should I wait before I bring this up? Love turns into strategy. And that's when you know something is off. I used to think strong relationships meant needing less, being low maintenance, not making things a big deal. I thought emotional self-control was the same thing as emotional suppression. It's not. Real closeness actually lets you relax. You don't have to rehearse your sentences. You don't have to dilute your feelings. You don't feel like every honest moment might cost you the connection. The turning point for me wasn't a big fight. It was a small, quiet moment. I was really talking about something that mattered to me. And I watched their eyes glaze just slightly. Not cruel, not angry, just checked out. And I heard myself wrapping it up early, saying, never mind, it's not important. But it was important. And something in me said, very clearly, this isn't too much. This is just going to the wrong place. That sentence hit different. Because for so long, I thought the problem was the size of my needs. Turns out it was the size of their capacity. Some people can't meet you emotionally, not because you're asking for too much, but because they don't have access to that depth in themselves. And instead of saying that, they label your needs as excessive. It's easier to call you too much than to admit they're unavailable. And if you're not careful, you'll spend years trying to become less instead of finding someone who can show up more. There's nothing wild about wanting consistency, nothing dramatic about wanting emotional presence, nothing unreasonable about wanting to feel safe to express what hurts. That's not being high maintenance, that's being human. The right person doesn't make you feel like your heart is an inconvenience. They don't treat your feelings like background noise. They don't punish honesty with distance. With the right person, your needs don't feel like negotiations. They feel like information. Like connection, like doors opening instead of walls going up. You don't feel embarrassed for wanting reassurance. You don't apologize for caring. You don't practice sounding less emotional before you speak. You just speak, and you're met there. If you've been told you're too much, too sensitive, too emotional, I want you to consider something gently. Maybe you're not too much. Maybe you've just been pouring into containers that were never meant to hold you. And your heart knew it long before your mind admitted it. You're not hard to love. You're just easier to love when someone actually knows how.